Alright, hello and welcome to episode 5 of Hunter x Hunter. Hunter x Hunter, sorry. I just finished recording episode 4 like 10 seconds ago. We're getting into the spooky little swamp of tricks and treasure. Just without the treasure and everything's tricks and death and horrible. I guess it's tricks and treasure, but the treasure is you die. So, pretty fun. But yeah, I'm interested to see what's in this little sneaky little woods area. Because now the threat of death has been introduced, and while I'm not expecting any of our main characters to die, like Gon and the clown dude and Leorio and Kurapika, and probably Kahlua, I think they're all going to be fine. But even though I'm confident they're all going to be okay, the threat of death being introduced is still interesting because our side characters aren't safe. The ninja guy could be killed for all I know. He could die, or the noob crusher, the rookie crusher, not the noob crusher. He might die. The threat of death being introduced does spice things up a little bit. So I'm interested to see what's going on. But yeah, let's get into the episode. That's episode 5 down, and they're really thinning the herd now, down to 150, 148 to be specific. That is quite the drop off, isn't it? I don't have a whole lot to say. It was very impressive. Hisoka, I was talking in the first half about how Hisoka hasn't killed anyone who didn't do anything to him first, and it does seem that he has some standards in regards to who he kills. Now, I'm not saying those standards are morally correct or that they're the correct standards a person should have, but it's clear he does have some standard, whether that be, morally virtuous or whatever. But it's clear he has some standard he uses to determine who he thinks should live and die, right? Because he could sense that Gon and Leorio had potential, so he let them live, even though they were nowhere near their full strength yet and would not have a chance against him, right? But it makes sense though, you encounter someone who can't, he's in a test, he knows that it's going to be rookies, right? But he can feel that these are going to be people who will grow to be strong eventually, and he doesn't want to waste that potential. Maybe it's a thing where he just wants powerful opponents. Maybe he's one of those people like, these guys are weak now, so I'll let them grow and I'll kill them later when they're actually going to be a good fight. I could understand that happening. I could see that potentially being the case. And good on Leorio as well. I'm not sure how I feel, because on the one hand it was a really dumb decision to go back and try to fight him, but at the same time it was also extremely brave. I'm not really sure where I stand on that. It was dumb but brave. And you know what they say, there's a very fine line between courage and stupidity, right? That's the saying. And that very much applies there. But yeah. And also Hisoka is on a team of 2 people at least. It would seem, based off of the evidence we have, that his teammate is like the pinhead dude. The eraserhead dude, the guy with all the pins in him who's like, that dude. He seems to be the teammate because he was holding a device that's very similar. They must also have some kind of tracking device on them, because they were able to see each other as red dots on their device. They were working together as a team using that device, and I mean, there's no rules against that as far as I'm aware. That pin dude is very creepy. I don't like him. I mean, I do like him. I like him as his character design. I like him, but I don't like him because he's creepy. You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't have too much to say about the second half of this episode. It was fun, lots of action, but with lots of action means there's also not going to be much to say, right? Because you saw what happened, I saw what happened. We're all on the same page about what happened, right? I'm curious what their abilities are going to be, because I feel like Gon's not going to be fighting with his fishing rod for the entire show, right? I'm going to assume he's going to have to develop in some way and become stronger and get more abilities. So I'm curious as to like what directions they're going to take and how they're going to grow and adapt and whatnot. The race is finished though. I keep calling it a race. The marathon is finished. The majority of the people are gone. It started out with 405 and now there's 148. So the majority of people who begun this marathon didn't make it. I'm assuming most of them died. You're actually lucky if you're one of the ones who dropped off at the beginning of the marathon before they reached the swamp. So that guy who arrived just before the gate closed should consider himself lucky, as long as my theory that he's dead too doesn't hold out to be true. But yeah, I don't have much to say. It was pretty self-explanatory, that episode. That second half of the episode. I'm very interested to see what happens next. Very, very interested. I wonder how Kahlua would fare, because Kahlua seems a lot more prepared. You know, he seems a lot more mentally prepared, and I'm assuming physically prepared. So, while I assume Kahlua is not on the level of Hisoka, I'm going to go ahead and assume he's not on that level. I also wonder where he is in comparison to like Gon and Leorio and Kurapika. If Kurapika and Gon and Leorio are like a 5, the average person is a 1. Hisoka is a 10. Like, is Kahlua also a 5, or is he like a 6 or a 7? You know, where is he? I'm wondering. I'm curious. I'm assuming he's still fairly low, though, compared to like Hisoka and the really strong guys. But yeah, I'll leave it there because there's not a ton to say. It was all pretty self-explanatory. So yeah, thank you for watching. Like if you like, dislike if you dislike, all that good stuff. And subscribe so you can see more of my amazing 4 out of 10 content. I will be uploading more, probably. I will be uploading more. So thank you very much for watching, and see you later.